hobby maniacs out there. Recently, a buddy of mine got me into Keyforge, and what attracted me to it was he played a game of it with me, and I instantly loved it because I don't have to build the decks. Like, you go and you buy a $10 Keyforge box, and this is the deck. It's ready to play. It's a unique, ready-to-play deck. So this deck is the only copy of this deck that exists in the world. Okay? And what you get is you get a pre-generated bunch of cards, and then you get a card list. Now, what you can do is you can scan this code and that sort of stuff in. Don't worry, folks, I have already done this, so if you tried to claim it as yours, it wouldn't work. But it gives you the cards that are in this deck, and each deck is individually named, such as Farland Q Maca Creed. And then you get a little picture on the back. And what the picture on the back shows you is... Alright folks, the reason I paused is my daughter, who is supposed to be in bed asleep right now, has randomly started singing Baby Shark. So I apologize for that interruption, but it was a little bit adorable, so I had to listen to it. So at any rate, so what you get with the Keyforge is you get the pre-generated deck. It tells you what houses are in this deck. Now, they have a few different formats for you to play in, and that sort of thing. Now, I'll go back to the decks. The fact that it's pre-generated by an algorithm on a computer, okay, doesn't guarantee you're going to get a good deck or a bad deck or a mediocre deck. It just means you get a deck that could be good or could be bad. And some of that is based off of how the game plays, and I'll go into that later if y'all are interested. But you have to keep in mind that these decks do change. Like one deck will play one way and another deck. I could sit here and play a game of Keyforge, and my opponent could be doing stuff, and I could totally ignore what my opponent does because I don't have to worry. I'm just playing my game. All I have to do is play my game. If my deck is built to totally ignore his or hers, and then I win, then I can do that. But it goes into immer generation and that sort of stuff. Now, what is this mat that you see below you? I recently played in a sealed tournament format, a game or a sealed tournament Keyforge, which is essentially you show up, you pay $10 to get your deck, and then you pay $5 to play at the shop. So $15 buy-in. You pick a deck at random, and you play the tournament with that deck, and everybody else is playing a sealed deck. So the first time you see it is when you buy it. Now, the prize support was this mat and some other stuff. The mat here I got because I won the event. Now, I went in only having played 5 or 6 games of Keyforge, and was able to get a little bit lucky with the deck draw I had, and then I had a bye in the first round, and then I had 3 victories. I did not expect to win. I just hoped to have a decent showing, like come somewhere maybe in 4th or 5th place and not be at the dead last. But I won, so I won this. As far as I'm aware, the only way to get this mat is to have won an event, because it is not available on the Keyforge website, or I'm sorry, Fantasy Flight Games website, where you pick up these type of things. They have other stuff there. So Keyforge is an awesome game. It's not a deck builder. You could kind of call it a deck collector because you will buy a lot of decks trying to do stuff. But it is not a deck building game in that I have this card that works with this card that works over here that makes this card super awesome. You still have those combinations, but you can't build them. Like, I cannot add or take away any cards out of this deck. This deck has to be this exact makeup that's listed on the card I showed you with all the stuff on it. The cards always have to be these, in this amount, in this order. Well, not in this order, but these cards are the only ones allowed in this deck. So Keyforge is a cool little game. I had a lot of fun at the tournament. I'm probably going to go to another one because I went to an event. There was only 8 of us there, I'm sorry, there was 9 of us, so there was a buy round. That's how I got it. But it was a 4-round event. The rounds are 45 minutes long. I'm used to tournaments taking in an entire day, and a long day at that. But with this game, again, it is a card game, but I was able to sit down at a shop, play my games. I was done before 3 in the afternoon. We started at noon, or I'm sorry, done before 3:30. Had my prize support out, had the store credit that was won from the tournament, and I really enjoy this game over, I'll be honest, I enjoy this game far more than Magic the Gathering because I don't have to worry about how much money I have spent on my deck. I spent $10 on a deck of cards. My opponents have spent $10 on a deck of cards. So there's no advantage to spending more money in that the deck can't be altered, which I think is amazing. If you get a chance, check this game out. It's really cool. They've just got the first edition. It's been out for a little bit now. They're having another wave come out with another 2-player starter box that's going to come out. The starter box for that is going to be a price point of $25. But go check out the game at your local card shop. If anybody plays Magic the Gathering, I believe one of the guys that created this, Richard Garfield, is the guy who created this game. I believe he was involved in Magic the Gathering. Don't swear me to that because my Magic the Gathering lore data is very, very bad. But check him out. See what you think. And I'll see y'all in the next video.